Hello and welcome to the Climbing Daily Wednesday news show. I am wrapped up like a polar bear because I'm absolutely freezing because winter has arrived. But that does mean that we've got some pretty interesting wintry action in this week's news show. So here's what's coming up. The UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup season kicks off in South Korea. We have news of some massive and fairly terrifying alpine-style ascents. And stick around for an amazing deal on ice axes, including one on the Petzl Nomic. Morning T, how you doing?
Good morning. I'd say good, but it is particularly cold.
As a dedicated rock climber, this must really annoy you.
It does, but then it's training time, isn't it? Like it's a good time to go to the gym and fingerboard and hang and
I can sense this like
I'm trying to pretend here to be all positive about it. In reality, it's just like I know what you mean. It's like training cave time. You have to go and sit in that for a while and get strong. But anyway, if you're doing it out there, well done, congratulations. I'm not doing so much. Anyway, let's talk about some ice climbing news, and we're starting with the World Cup. This weekend, the UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup season kicked off in Cheongsong, South Korea, as reported by Gript magazine. Petra Klingler is the current world champion after her victory in Sasfay last year, and she took first place again, followed by Winston Shin and Sina Gotes in third. For the men, Hyung Park took gold, followed by Yonghai Kwon, and in third place, Tristan Ladevin. So, a few things to chat about with this, because the ice climbing season since COVID has been a little hit and miss, let's say. What do you mean by that?
Well, they had COVID, obviously, that kicked in. Then they had a whole load of events planned in Russia. Obviously, that had to change. So we haven't
Even
seen...
for this year, there are no events in Russia.
No, not this year, but last year, I think there was only one event, and it was the World Championships and the World Cup. So it's nice to see the guys back, like actually doing more of a season. And we're going there at the end of the week to Champéry. Yes, it's an ice tower that stays permanently in the shade. And as much as I understand the need for ice to be cold...
Yes, but how cold is cold? Like -2?
It's seriously savage.
Okay.
Just to let you know, it's brutal. It's like you enter the shade of that arena and that's it all day. And then the sun comes down, it's dark and cold.
Okay, so the athletes wear like a pretty skin-tight suit.
Yes.
But how many layers do they have underneath?
Not that many.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no. So they get super warm before with all the down jackets, and they walk out with a down jacket.
Okay.
But like it's so intense, and like I only know this because when I did it in Ulu, it was -27. I was like, I'm going to freeze.
Yeah, but it was sunny.
It didn't make much of a difference to the -27.
Really?
No.
Oh.
But it's like you get warm. Well, that's the obvious answer. Like you get super warm on that wall, and then immediately get the big jacket back on.
Oh, right.
I still wouldn't do it.
But how many layers do we need?
Oh, you need all the layers. Yeah, you're just gonna be standing there twiddling a camera, so you're gonna have to have everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oof.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Your news.
Yes, I've got Patagonia first ascent news. As reported on planetmountain.com, down in Patagonia, a team made up of Matteo della Bordella, Leo Ghesa, and Sean Villanueva made a first ascent of a route they called Kemiras Bobo. It's located on the east face of Aguia Mermoz in the Fitzroy Massif in Patagonia. The climb is 14 pitches long and shares the first 4 pitches with another line. They describe it as a difficult, beautiful, and logical route that offers some extremely pleasant crack climbing and a great finishing corner, with grades up to 7B for a total length of 500 meters. They managed to climb this new route in a day, summiting at 9:30 in the evening, and decided to sleep at the top. They left the route clean and managed to recover all the gear they used.
Do you ever desire to go to Patagonia? Is that one of the places on your list?
Yes, but like in terms of years and time and experience to go there, I think I need some of that. What about yourself?
I don't know. I've always said it's just very, very far away.
Yes, but then it's like you've done the mini things in Chamonix. Well, also the Grand Juras, but you know you've done those, and then Patagonia was like the training field for Patagonia. So I feel it's quite a logical step in terms of like.
I would agree. The problem is I
climbing.
have this thing called a full-time job, and Patagonia requires at least kind of 4 weeks of not doing your full-time job. So I haven't managed to pick it in yet. Pick it in, fit it in.
Fit it in.
But also, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd love to go. If someone was like, Matt, come along and make a film in Patagonia.
Actually.
Boom.
Well, you might want to rethink this. Well, as in, I saw this video that came out recently in Patagonia on the Patagonia channel and it's of Colin Haley
Yeah.
climbing La Super Cal. I don't
I
want
know
to say
you
it
mean.
wrong. Anyway, so it's him walking in and out, and then attempting it, and
Yeah.
so there's a lot of walking involved.
Yes, and you
with
know
backpacks.
me. You know me.
You don't like that.
I don't like that. So we'll see. We will see. I think I prefer to go to the Himalaya. Anyway.
Oh yeah, bigger mountains.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I much prefer that. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know. Anyway. I've got more alpine news from Patagonia to Norway. Norway is kicking off, and there's been a new committing rope solo put up by Juho Kunnatila. He's called the route Arctic Circus, and it goes at M6 WI6. Norway has a reputation for wild climbs, and those looking for adventure will be rewarded. This line requires a 600-metre snow gully approach, and he was originally going to free solo the route, but due to powdered snow on slabs near the bottom, he decided quite sensibly to rope solo it. There is a great description on Planet Mountain about the climb. It seems pretty stressful, so make sure you read the full report. Again, this is one of those things I read about and I just have so much respect for it, because the idea of like rope soloing anyway is a faff, right? Up and down.
Yes.
So that in winter, when you're cold and like everything's frozen,
That's the general theme of the news show today.
yeah, I think I'm just cold, and therefore anything cold, I'm just like, no, gosh, no, I don't want to. Beach, where's a beach? I do like a beach better.
But then, like you said, you get on the wall and you warm up.
I don't think he did. He just went
No,
up
right.
and down, stripping out gear and stuff. But it is an amazing climb.
It's
in
a lot of
Norway.
cardio.
It is a lot of cardio, yeah. I would imagine he had a sit down after that.
Well, since we spoke about Norwegian climbers,
Mm-hmm.
I have a very lonely 9A roundup, but by a Norwegian climber. Norwegian climber Leo Boy just climbed his first 9A, Jodan, in Santiligna in Spain. On an interview on 8a.nu, it describes it as awesome and powerful climbing down low, then endurance to the top. So there's an extended interview on 8A where he just explains kind of that he wanted to do a 9A last year, and then this 9A last year, I guess, and then it didn't really work out, and for his confidence level, he had to go down to 8Cs and 8C pluses. But yeah, now we moved down to Spain, so I guess more from him soon.
Awesome. Well, I've got news from Hugo's man crush, frankly. The man that Hugo would give up his wife, his kids, and go and live in a
Gosh.
barn in Scotland with and do pull-ups. I've just got the whole image now going on. It's like
It's a bit much, Matt.
It's dark, there's candlelight, Hugo's doing pull-ups with Greg Boswell. It's about Greg Boswell. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, there's another news show where Hugo revealed some things. Greg Boswell has made the first ascent of a new hardest mixed climb in Scotland, as reported by Planet Mountain. He's calling the route Bring the Ruckus, and it's graded at 12:13. The 2-pitch monster crosses an enormous roof, and Greg took 3 attempts to get through it. He describes pulling through that roof and the unprotected section above, and he reckons it's higher than any other grade that he's climbed in Scotland. So Greg Boswell, once again, second it gets a little bit snowy up there in Scotland, he's crushing. There's a video on his Instagram of him cutting loose through this roof.
Right.
And it's outrageous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he's on ice axes, he's swinging like wild swing out, pulls it back, like trying to get a crampon foot up in the roof. It's like, it's
A
like,
crampon jam.
yeah, I think it's next level, It's like, it's Scottish winter being taken to a really extreme
But
place.
so did he invent a new grade?
Ooh, God, I hate Scottish grades. Now, 12 is already a grade 13. I can't remember what it is. I'm sorry. But I think he's saying it's harder than anything, but it's not hard enough to get a new grade, maybe.
Right,
But
okay.
I will check that. I don't know. I'm sorry.
So it's hard.
It is hard. Nice one. Greg. Oh, no, you got Bouldering news, haven't you?
I got a quick bouldering hit from the Czech Republic. As reported on 8a.nu, Martin Stranik just climbed Krater, an 8C. It took him 11 days and climbed it on his 7th session. About the grade, he comments that since a hold broke off, he upgrades it to an 8C/8C+. So, guess who made the first ascent of this boulder?
Adam Ondra.
Whoa! That is correct.
Oh, he's checking it. It really makes sense.
I know. It's just, I was thinking about whether to say it in that little bit or not, but like...
You were trying to prove a fun fact, weren't you?
Yes, but
I knew the
it was
fun
a bit
fact.
too easy.
That rarely
It was a
happens,
wild guess, wasn't it?
Generally, facts go into my head and then immediately out of my head. Whereas you, they stay buried. So you didn't get that one. Sorry, T. Right, that is it for the news. Let's chat about, because we haven't got anything on it, the 9B counter. Right, we've decided to take this seriously, haven't we?
We have indeed. Where's the paper?
I haven't got it on me right
Right.
now. Now, in my defense, there's been no 9Bs.
This whole year.
Well, the 3 weeks of this year. Step it up.
17 days.
Pro climbers. We want a 9B. So we are going to do it properly. We'll probably do a 9B counter. We'll probably have the paper. Everyone will help us as
I
usual.
should write it here on the table.
I feel that's a bad idea, T.
Yeah, but look, it's blank.
Yeah.
It's white.
I don't know if they can see the table.
But I'm describing it, that's
Right.
why. It's
Go on.
oval, so the shape doesn't really make sense for a counter maybe, but we can draw a rectangle and just have it here in front of our eyes every week, so we won't lose the paper.
We could do that. What happens when it gets too big?
Well, we can start writing underneath
Right.
the table, and then it becomes like a 360 move counter thing. Is it also white? I'm gonna check. It's white everywhere.
Okay, so your solution to our problem is to write underneath a table. That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Maybe.
I was considering more the whiteboard behind you because it just seems more obvious. No?
Now, that
No,
would
right.
be logical.
That would be logical.
However,
However.
where's the fun in that?
Right, so, there's a whiteboard or there's the table. We'll work it out. We will take it more seriously, I promise. T, we're going ice climbing.
No, we're not.
We might
We're
go ice
going to an
climbing.
ice climbing festival.
No, we're not going to. We're going to Ice Climbing World Cup.
Oh, right.
It's like a World Cup, this. It's
So
ain't no festival.
Petra Klingler is going to be there. Okay.
Petra will be there. Everyone will be there. We could maybe try it. But if you did need to try it, I know that you have no ice axes. And that's okay. Because currently on the Epic TV shop, you can get up to 20% off some ice axes, which is a good bargain. And I mentioned the Nomic.
Indeed.
Which I have.
Yeah, how many do you have of nomics?
Now, technically, if we're being really honest, potentially that Nomic doesn't belong to me. However, it has been in my collection for quite a long time.
Are you sure you still have it?
I hope so. I stole it from Epic TV. I mean, I didn't steal it. No.
Didn't you drop it down some core?
No, I dropped a quark down. I dropped all
right.
my quarks. Nomic, I use. I love them. It's a really, really good axe. It's kind of like I describe it as like if you want a 4-wheel drive axe, like the quark, like to plunge, to do all that stuff, get a quark. Don't worry. If you're climbing above like M6-ish, get a Nomic. But like the Nomic is really, really good.
Okay.
Anyway, that's the shop deal. Now, content T, and we had
Yes.
Angie on recently.
Yes, an interview that you filmed at the Red Bull event in Switzerland. So check out the teaser.
We're here at the Vasaska Dam for the Red Bull Dual Ascent. It's like the first of its kind. It's never been done in this format and like a race. My first initial thoughts were like, how's it gonna happen? Like, how's it gonna work? How can you race someone on a multi-pitch? I think I've done like 2 multi-pitches in my life, and that was when I first started climbing, so many years ago. Pretty much from the minute I read the email, the invitation, my first thought was like, I have to text Sasha because obviously she's like a legend in multi-pitching and she had just done Ryu, and that was my first thought. I was like, I have to text her, see what she thinks, what her thoughts are. And yeah, and I sent her a message and she was like, no, I haven't really looked much into it. Like the email had just been sent and I was like, how about we like partner up?
So that's part of a 3 series of interviews, actually. So we got one with Sasha, one with Angie, and then one with Cedar Wright,
Oh, right.
which is hilarious. I just want to let you know. I don't know when it's coming out, a couple of weeks. But
Hilarious as in he's funny. He's
he has
really funny.
no filter.
Oh, right.
We were drinking beers. It's amazing. Like he's he's
Where
a
did you
hero.
film this?
Just in this little, where we were staying in this little room.
Okay.
But he's very, very funny and he's a hero of mine.
Okay.
So it was like, I'm looking forward to that interview. But we've got more interviews to come. Do check out that Angie one. It's linked down below.
Subscribe since you're at it to see, all these interviews, because we see that a lot of people that watch this show aren't subscribed because we see all the numbers.
Terrible.
So since you're at it, it's free.
Wow, there you go. Told by Derry T.
I don't know why that voice came out.
I know,
Sorry.
it was a weird voice. It was slightly sort of like antagonistic, but fair enough.
Come
Do make sure you
on.
subscribe or Terry will find you. What's next? Oh, comment of the week.
Comment of the
A lot of
week.
people have saying we shouldn't sing.
Yes.
And first time I've said this, I kind of agree.
Is it because your voice is all rusty?
I just think that when we sing, it's rubbish. And I think the percentage of the people who find it funny, because I'll be honest, I have always found it very funny.
But why? I would like to understand the reason behind it.
Because I feel like being on a climbing news show that I've been on for like 7 years,
Right.
and as part of the feature, I sing a really crap song really badly, I genuinely giggle every time. But there's a lot of people who don't like it. So for you people, let's see without a comment of the week song. Let's just do comment of the week.
So we just read it out.
Well, you hate singing. This is.
I know, but now there's a gap. It's like we gotta jump over the gap.
Well, what do you want to? You don't want to sing. What can we do instead?
You could burp it. Comment of the week.
I feel like that's more your skill. And you know it is.
Is.
But anyway, let us know, because we could put maybe a jingle. I don't want to say this because Flo would have to make it, and he won't do it this week. But if you want a jingle, let us know down below. Look, the options are jingle, something else, or singing for comment of the week. Your choice. We don't care. Let us know down below.
Mine is from Neil B. He says, a lot of people said the fun facts also, are fun.
Yes.
And we should...
They're saying they are or they aren't?
They are.
Right.
And we should do them.
Okay. Well,
and I've heard it live as well.
You tried it. I just knew it.
But as in, people also told me live that it's a good idea to do it, on the news show.
Someone told you live someone is messaging you right now listening to this.
No, live as in in real life.
Oh, I see. Right.
So this is live, online, offline. Oh well. Anyway.
Okay.
Mine is from Neil B, and he says, I think knowing who Jonathan Ross is probably detrimental to Teresa's career.
It's true.
I do know he is. He speaks funny. He has a...
Wow.
I can't say that.
He does have a lisp, yes. And he is a TV personality.
But he is funny.
He's
he
hilarious,
interviews people. He's a bit like a late night show guy.
Exactly, yeah.
Interviews, people laughing in the
Yeah.
back room.
They'll invite us
Ha-ha.
soon. They just haven't yet. It's coming. It's coming. Don't worry.
Have you met him?
No, obviously not. No. I think I'm many echelons below his celebrity. Anyway, my comment is from Matt, not me. It just says, a professional climber's entire life is a holiday, full stop. Now, this is interesting because it's a funny one, because I've actually had these conversations with pro climbers, because it kind of is from the outside, and yet there's a lot that goes on. You've got to train, you've got to do social media. Often they're not earning a living from climbing, so they've got to do another job. So I know it looks all glorious, and that's the point of a climber's pro life, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't want to follow someone and it be like, today I'm really tired, and then I had to go to work, and it was boring, and then my boss shouted at me, and then I ran and did a
Who's the boss though? The coach?
gym.
The
at
gym.
The call centre that Adam Ondra is working at. But you know what I mean? There's a lot that goes on. So it's an interesting... Can you imagine that? Adam ringing you up, trying to sell you
I
insurance.
was just thinking in the same gym, somebody that screams and shouts all the time, wall climbing.
Yeah.
It's a bit much.
Exactly. Well, there you go. So yes, I think a professional climber's job is to make it look like a holiday. The reality is they're working very hard. Just wanted to say that.
But also, I think we've met enough pro climbers that we know that they honestly treat it as a job.
Yeah.
At 9 o'clock, they are at the gym.
Yeah.
And
they have a routine. They have computer time. They do their sponsors. It also is a lot of fun.
Yes.
It's you can never look at a Formula One driver and be like, that poor person.
Well, no, they literally are.
The riches. Oh my goodness.
About that, and ice climbing. I should have brought it up at the start of the show.
Right.
Charles is still out in the Dolomites, ice climbing and skiing. Leclerc. I don't understand why we're not doing a collab with him, going ice climbing.
You could just go to Italy.
Yeah, but we could go ice climbing
Don't wee
and
me
do
in
a
this.
collab. He has a YouTube channel as well.
Don't wee me. I've already recorded an incredibly awkward conversation between you and Mr. Magos. I do not ever want to do that ever again.
I'd be fine with Charles.
Would you?
Yes.
You'd be fine with Charles Leclerc. So
Yes.
Charles Leclerc's in here right now.
We could totally go. I'd be like, yo, dude, let's go ice climbing.
Well, there we go. Charles, if you're watching, please hit up Terry T, because actually I've changed my mind and I do want to film this. That's it for this week. We'll be back next week. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you soon.